Once a cop, let it knock, yeah. For one thing, we should celebrate redemption instead of condemning it.
Welcome to Corey's Corner. Did you hear about the case in Glendale, Arizona of the sexual predator who was trying to have sex with a 14-year-old? They got locked up in a sting operation. Take a look at this news report.
A suspected child predator runs from police, but he doesn't get far. Officers were tipped off that the man was planning to meet a teenage boy outside of the Glendale Galleria, but that meeting was part of a sting orchestrated by a private group. The arrest was one of several takedowns coordinated by People versus Preds, who lure alleged sexual predators into meeting their underage victims only to turn the tables.
Rick Chambers is live in Glendale with the story tonight. Rick?
Yeah, Michael, we've seen these types of undercover operations for years now. An adult will go online and speak suggestively to someone they believe is a child, and then they'll try to meet up with the kid only to end up in handcuffs. And we saw that happen this week here in Glendale. That young man standing on the sidewalk has unknowingly been caught up in an online sting operation with a group called People versus Preds, or Predators.
We make accounts on dating apps and pose as underage children. So people reach out to us, we let them know that we're underage, and the conversation continues, goes sexual, and usually the people come to meet that said child.
The man speaking is with People versus Preds, but wants to remain anonymous. He claims that his group was allegedly communicating with Ryan Abdelrahim online and were pretending to be a 14-year-old boy.
Shortly into the conversation, he knew that he was speaking to someone that was underage, and he was very interested in hanging out and doing sexual things with this said 14-year-old.
The Glendale police were notified after the 23-year-old Arcadia man allegedly agreed to meet what he believed to be the young teen Wednesday here at the Glendale Galleria.
When the call came out that there was an individual who believed he was arriving at the Glendale Galleria to meet with a minor for the purpose of engaging in sexual activity, those officers responded to the call.
As a handful of Glendale officers approach Abdelrahim outside the Galleria, he suddenly bolts. A member of People versus Preds is the one shooting this video of the suspect as he dashes by. After a brief foot chase into a mall parking garage, Abdelrahim finally surrenders to the officers.
They're not acting as our agents, they're not doing this at our behest, but once they set up these types of meetings and they feel that the person's committed a crime, they call us and we respond to it like we would any other call for a crime that's in progress.
Abdelrahim is facing 3 felony charges tonight and was arraigned this morning in a Glendale courtroom. And we understand that Mr. Abdelrahim is out of jail tonight. Now, if you'd like more information on People versus Preds, just go to our website, ktla.com. We have a link there for you.
After watching this news report, several things you need to understand. One, you have to monitor what's going on with your children's phones and their social media accounts. So once in a while, you need to grab their phone, look in the phone, go to the websites that they're going on, check the chat messages, text messages, see who they're conversing with, because it's very simple. You see this, People versus Predators. They're out there doing the layman's work that no one else wants to do, and they're catching a lot of people doing this. There's a lot of sick individuals, and they're pretty blatant with it. They tell them, look, I'm 12 years old, 13 years old. They want to hook up at the malls. When your kids are going to the malls, you know, I have a 12-year-old daughter. She tells me she wants to go to the mall with her friends. Guess what? I take her to the mall. I make sure there's a parent with them, at least in the mall. Make sure we know what time they're leaving. We know everything. So I'm not even playing this game at all. You can't just drop my child at the mall and meet her. That's not going to happen. If it's not a group of them and parents know, we're calling the parents and say, hey, is Jessica going to the mall? My daughter said that y'all going to the mall. Who's going to the mall? What parent is going to be there, supervise them as they walk around, or at least be in the mall at a Starbucks or a McDonald's, waiting for them to walk around the mall and do the shopping that little kids do. You have to be on this stuff because it's not just little girls, as you can see. This case here was a little boy. So Make sure you're monitoring everything, especially on these cell phones and the computers. You have to know exactly what they're doing. And there's no drop-offs. Look, this kid was 14 years old. Obviously, it was a fake child, but this man thought that the child was going to meet him at the mall. This happens quite too often. McCoy Pegues, always keep it right now, bro. Make sure you're watching your children. Peace.